Yo, what's good, everybody? We are doing another update on the 75-gallon wild vivarium, man. Vivarium, Terrarium, Polydarium, whichever one y'all decide to choose. Look, I'm gonna let y'all choose. But yeah, we got a lot of good updates in this video, man. So I hope y'all enjoy. So to bring it back in, really back in, we've been talking about our snail and our slug population starting to boom. So therefore, we're eventually going to need some predators to knock down the population of the snails and the slugs. Not like they're overpopulating, but just to keep it a balance. And this right here is the perfect example of what we need to do that. This right here is a subterranean ground beetle larva. We got some larvae in the tank as well as some grown adult beetles. A few days later, bang, I decided to take a risk and add 2 fish to the tank as well as a couple ghost shrimp. I think I had like 5 or 6 ghost shrimp, 2, I think they're like fire tail glass tetras, and I added 2 of these guys too, which are convict cichlids. As you guys can see, the mullum on the on the bottom of the tank is actually starting to build up a lot. I'm not sure if that's something that I should be removing every now and again, or should I just let the mullum build up. But I feel like basically the whole bottom surface of the water area is mullum and detritus and things like that. But the cichlids seem pretty happy in the water. They actually start eating that day. And the shrimp as well, you can see them grazing on a couple things as well. And the smaller cichlid of the 2 kept on having to come up to the bigger cichlid and bring it out into the open water. It was pretty funny because it's like he's like, come on, man, come on, it's all good out here, it's chill. And you can see that the bigger cichlid was a little hesitant. But the very next day, I added a whole bunch of beetles. I think this is 16 beetles and 2 isopods. And we're going to add them in here. And this is another cup that I got also, all in the same day, same setting. We got some more subterranean beetle larvae. We have a slug, a snail, and we also have some soil centipedes. Go ahead and drop these little guys up in there, and they should do their thing, man. Soil centipedes, and these guys should be doing their thing as well. And this is all catches for my daughter. My daughter caught all these little slugs, little snails, so I'm gonna just drop those in right now. And this should help with the breeding process too. It took a little while for our slugs and our snails to start breeding, but now they're breeding on a consistent basis. Later that night, I came to check on our fish, and boom, this is the bigger cichlid of the 2, I believe, and I caught him out eating. As you can see, he darkened up, got his colors back. I know you guys are wondering, why would I add such an aggressive fish to such a small setting aquarium? And honestly, it's for as much as they can eat. I want them to eat as much as the worms that they can, and just small little other stuff. I'm not really gonna be too hurt if I'm not able to have the fish thrive without me feeding them. It's not too too much of a problem for me. I have no problem feeding the fish at all. And here you can see one of our wild violets are starting to shoot out little flower buds. They look like they're just about ready to bloom. So hopefully by tomorrow, with the raised humidity, these flowers open up and bloom. The very next day I woke up and bang, we got beautiful violets all inside of the terrarium. It's looking good. I honestly not 100% sure on what started these flowers to bloom, but what I will say is once I added the cover and started to raise the humidity up, that is when I start noticing changes in that flower. And our ants are still doing absolutely good. They're hunting all the time. We have a flightless fruit fly culture that lives inside of the terrarium that looks to be doing all right, and the ants love to pick those little things off. And back to the slugs and the snails, man. This is what it looks like when they're breeding, I think. I don't know. I don't know what that white thing was, but that white thing is like shooting out of them. So if that's what it looks like when they breed, disgusting. And here goes the big Gambino, good old northern cricket frog. These frogs have been thriving in the tank. We have two of them. You never see both of them at once, but we have two of them. They're about the same size. I think one is just a tad bigger, a little fatter. So these two little guys have for sure been making sure that we're not getting overrun by one particular species. Like the beetles, you guys can see the beetles running around everywhere. The beetles are always out. And here goes the flowers a little bit later into the day. But do you guys remember those ferns that we planted maybe 2 episodes ago, if not last episode? Well, this is what they look like now. It's a whole bunch of new growth coming off of them. Like I said, they were going to die and come back more adapted and more suitable for the climate and everything as far as humidity and stuff inside the tank, and they're actually starting to thrive. This is one of the other ones that died completely. I cut it all out and it's starting to grow back, and as well as this one. And I'm kind of surprised that these ferns grew back because they're kind of delicate. And this is an overview of the terrarium on this day. It's looking real good, real nice. Okay, everybody, I have some bad news. We lost one of our cichlids, and we actually lost the one that was doing the better of the two. We lost the smaller cichlid, which is surprising. And I know you guys are like, this fish wasn't going to live in a tank anyway. The plan was for these fish to live in a tank for about a month and then be transferred into another tank. But you know, things play out well sometimes, and sometimes things don't work out. And when things don't work out, you clean your tank glass, get off all of this diatom algae, I believe it is, that brown algae. After you scrape that, it looks so good. You can see in the water, see through the glass, all that fun stuff. And so after adding all of our beetle friends a few days back, these guys are running everywhere. They're always out running around. What I'm hoping for is breeding, and breeding so we can have more beetles. I like watching the beetles run around and do their little thing. Now this little beetle is running around scavenging, looking for food, I believe. That's what it kind of looks like. He's just scavenging, running around. Then he bumps into a male beetle, or she bumps into a male beetle. And the male beetle 100% tries to take advantage for the sake of the terrarium, I guess. And yeah, this is what beetle breeding looks like, I guess, if anybody ever wanted to see it. As I'm doing a little, overnight look around the tank, I see one of our slugs that we recently put in. This guy is a nice size slug. So I would like to voice some concerns that I'm having right now at this point in time in the video, or that I was having. I have absolutely no clue where this other cichlid is. I haven't seen the other cichlid in 2 to 3 days. Yeah, hopefully he's not in there dead, just sitting in the water, but only time will tell, man. Only time will tell in a terrarium of this size. That same exact night that I was freaking out that I couldn't find this fish was right in the tank the whole entire time, doing perfectly fine. And as you can see, it's been a while since I've actually seen this fish. All the algae has grown back on the glass and everything. So, but seeing this guy for sure gave me a sign of relief. And I felt it was necessary to do a small water change. Nothing too big, honestly. As you can see, I probably took out a quarter of the water that's usually in there, if not half maybe, and then filter it back up. She's a little cloudy right now. Yeah, most definitely had to get this water section back together. And here goes a couple minutes after, I guess, halfway unclouded. I really like these little tetra things. I didn't think they were gonna live as long as they are living right now. Extremely surprised. But I have seen this little guy schooling with the zebra Daniels lately. The next morning I come out and I take a look at the glass at the tank, make sure everything's doing good. And I did notice that our guppy grass is starting to grow back. So that's a good sign. I've added guppy grass when I very first started this terrarium, and then it died. It all died out, but now it's growing back. Now some interesting things have been happening inside of the water section. I have started to notice that our fish are starting to school together, and even though one of our fish is a different species, it's actually involving itself in the school with the other fish. There is a little aggressive behind this little guy, but he's working on it. He's actually been way better. But this is a habit or characteristic from these schooling fish that I was actually not expecting to see, because of how small, the tank is, how small the setting was. But they're actually schooling, and I'm surprised. And as you guys can see right there, the guppy weed is starting to grow in. It's getting longer. It's looking great, man. It's looking beautiful. And there goes our rest in peace fish. As you guys can see, it's just a little skeleton. You guys can see the head, and the spine and the back fin. There goes a little closer look. The next day, I went out to my mother's house and caught this beautiful guy right here. Beautiful skink. It's a nice lizard. As you guys can see, he's a little smaller. He's a little bit on the smaller side. And from that water change that I did, you guys could see that all these little small white worms popped up out of nowhere. And it took me a little bit to figure out what I was going to do to fix it. But I remembered that I got something outside that might be able to help us out a little bit. Let me take you guys out. This right here is our savior tank, bacteria tank, outside tank, green, black water tank, whatever you like to call it. Anytime the tank is going bad, I take a nice little cup of this, drop this inside of the tank, and this usually brings the tank back to a stable point. And here's literally right after I pour it inside. So not too much of a difference, but we're going to check on it tomorrow. Here goes our boy Bert, nice and fat. As you guys can tell, he was able to find some bugs and insects to eat just inside of the terrarium. But I think we're going to treat him to something a little bit better today. And as you could tell, our plants have been growing actually very, very well. I have been using a natural indoor plant fertilizer, and I think it's about time to switch our lights. I think our light isn't strong enough. But our ferns are doing good though. Ferns are doing nice and good. They're growing in after their collapse. Even this piece of fern right here. Look at that. That fern looks good. Can't wait till that gets bigger. And our fern over here to the left looks great as well. Look at this little guy. He looks a little hungry, so I think it's about time to feed Bert. Get Bert a little food in his belly. As you guys can tell too, he does have a little bit of the tip of his tail missing. This didn't happen while I caught him. This actually happened. I don't know. And here goes my boy Bert munching down on some chicken liver. Something to get him nice and fat, nice and hungry, nice and full. This is actually a pretty big piece that he grabbed. He took that piece, ran behind his log, and slipped it down. The next day, I came to check on the tank, and Bert was sitting there with his head poked out. He was probably waiting for me to leave so he could get on top of his log and get a nice bask in. As you guys could tell, that he for sure got way fatter. A couple more meals like that, and he'll be right. And here goes our fish too. You can see a little bit of the bones and stuff. And our ants too. Our ants really made a good work out of that fish. They didn't waste anything. I was looking at Bert sitting on top of his piece of mossy wood, and I was thinking like, well, he's probably been eating bugs, but I know he's probably thinking about some more chicken liver. So I went to the fridge, grabbed some chicken liver, and I set it out for him, and literally within 5 minutes, Bert was back there eating his chicken liver, munching down. So we have a big drop of bugs on this one. As you guys can see, I found a termite colony in a log and I dropped it in the tank. They came from this big log right here in the middle of the tank. I was able to break it into 2 pieces, broke one side open and just dumped all the termites inside. And I found this queen ant. Not sure what kind it is, but hopefully we can incorporate it into our terrarium, and she actually has babies, little female soldiers. And we also got some of our favorite ants, some of my favorite ants. Camponotus, the black carpenter ants, or the western carpenter ants, which are these ones, with those nice little red, orangish legs and the dark black body. I can't get enough of these ants. But yeah, I dropped everything in. So it's a whole bunch of termite alids, or alili, however you say that, I can't say it. But yeah, our little guy's gonna go off and start a brand new life, and hopefully start a nice sized colony for us. You can't start a nice sized colony with Bert in the tank though. Bert's a hungry guy. No matter how much I feed Bert's gonna come out and try to get some more food. So, that's one down out of our 3. I believe we had 3 of these guys. And the ants absolutely go crazy whenever you drop termites in. I don't know if termites have a pheromone that ants are really attracted to, but if I drop termites in the tank, the ants are most definitely coming for them. And you can't forget about the hungriest guys of all, our northern cricket frogs. These guys munch down. They keep everything honestly, I would say to a good level. And you might actually be able to see a couple of our baby toads that started off as, ooh, actually, you won't. You'll have to wait till next video. And you really don't get to see this guy too often, but when he comes out, he makes himself known. He likes to get on top of the wood and just throw his arms up. And here goes another camponotus, hopefully going on to lay some eggs and make things better. And here goes Big Hungry Bert, nice and full from eating termites and chicken liver. And I was looking inside the dirt section of the tank, and I managed to stumble upon this. It's a little beetle grub. I've been throwing these guys in the tank, but haven't really been expecting them to live long. And I'm gonna let you guys guess what this is in the comments. Hopefully you guys know, because I'm not saying that word no more to embarrass myself. I came out the next morning to see what was going on with the termites, and I seen this, a future termite king or queen. But I'm gonna end the video here. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and a subscribe button, and let me know what would you like to see in the tank and how I can make the tank better.